All right, welcome back. This is Farm Kenya Show, and today we are cooking something interesting, barbacoa. And Chef Ron will be coming and just explaining to us what we are cooking today. Chef, just give us what we are cooking for us today so that at least we get to know how to make it.
So barbacoa is just a general term. Ideally, since this is like a Mexican kind of food that we're making, it's made from, can be beef, goat, or lamb. So specifically today we're dealing with lamb. So we call it lamb barbacoa.
Okay.
So this is one of the tacos that we have. Simple fillings, pomegranate seeds to top it up, has guacamole, has salsa, which we normally call it pico de gallo. So that's basically tomatoes, onions, and then yeah.
Okay.
And then also some lime, cumin yogurt, just finishing it off, and also some mint leaves.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get right into it and see how to make this. So the yogurt is it's plain yogurt, but
Plain yogurt with cumin powder.
Interesting.
Yes. So this is what we call, this is our taco press. We normally make our own tacos.
Okay.
Yeah, so we make masa. That's corn. It's made from corn that's going through a process called nixtamalization.
Okay.
So it makes it soft, it's grinded, and then...
I can see some balls there.
Yes, this is now the masa dough. So yeah, it's portioned.
So is it dough?
We call it dough because it's made from, what's it called? Masa.
Okay.
So masa is a type of flour that's made from corn. So it's grinded. It has a similar texture to our regular maize flour.
Okay.
But it's gone through a different process. Our maize flour we normally just dry it, then it's grinded and sifted and all that. This is actually soaked in a an alkaline kind of solution.
Okay.
So it has a different also flavor and taste to it.
A lemony flavor.
Not really lemony. You'll feel once you have the taco, you can feel the difference.
All right.
Yeah.
And so can someone say they can use chapati instead of this?
You can use wheat tortillas.
Tortillas.
Yes, wheat tortillas. So you can make your own wheat flour. Just regular, the dough that you normally have.
Okay.
Just like a regular chapati dough.
Okay. And can you press without the polythene?
You actually have to use polythene so that you can be able to remove the dough.
Oh, because if you press with
this, it's going to get stuck here.
Okay.
And then you mess everything up and you have to start again.
And the dough that makes chapati, no, because I love chapatis. So the dough that makes chapati, just our regular chapati, can you use can you create a bowl like that and then use it instead?
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
yes, you
because
can.
someone might say, okay, I can't go to the supermarket and get the
masa flour.
The masa flour.
Yeah, you can make your own wheat tortillas.
Okay.
Yeah, just small dough, then... So yeah, we're just going to let this cook out a bit. Once it's able to get out of the pan, then I think the bottom bit is pretty much done.
So can you use oil there, or you just use it like that?
Dry heat.
Okay.
Dry heat. It's going to cook well with that type of heat.
You know, some people love oil.
Yeah.
So someone will ask, okay, so why is he not using oil?
Ideally with this, you don't really need to add oil to it.
Okay.
The dough itself is okay. All you need to just do is once you just have it cooked, the flour as it is.
Okay, because I can see the other side has also cooked.
This is now after I've flipped it.
Yes.
So I just need to give it some time on the other side and just remove it.
Okay. And for the lamb, what will you do with it? Will you put it on the pan, or it's...
Yes.
Okay.
I'll finish it off on the pan. It goes through a very long cooking process, basically. It's usually braised so that it comes out.
Underline long cooking process.
Almost 6 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So braising is one of the cooking processes that we have that takes quite some time. So
why does it take that time?
It's the process itself. Like you're submerging meat into a flavorful liquid, then throwing it in the oven. So the heat from the oven hits the liquid, and it's basically cooking inside that liquid. So like direct heat towards the meat.
Okay.
So and especially if you're braising something, it's because you want it to come out really tender. It's the same way like slow grilling meat, so that you can have it tender. But now that is like direct. You're giving your food is directly in contact with heat. But now this one is submerged inside a liquid. So once you're done with that cooking process, and also braising, it depends with also the type of meat you're using. So tougher parts of meat require longer cooking periods to break down the meat and make it very tender and soft, and also pullable. Because once this is cooked, we usually just pull it. Yeah.
And what if someone wants to use, instead of lamb, they want to use chicken, they want to use...
You can use any meat that you prefer. Beef, lamb, chicken. You just have to be very specific with the type of part of the animal that you're using, because braising is ideal for tougher cuts of meat. Because it can withstand the process. Soft cuts of meat don't really require to be braised. Because they can easily cook with regular cooking methods, with the basic cooking methods.
And is there something like vegetarian tacos?
Yes. There is. I think a while ago I did make one. It's called frijoles. So frijoles is basically black beans that's been mashed. Then we mix it up with one of the specific in-house spice called fajita. And then also it's added sweet corn. And yeah, you can make with tacos. All you have is your base, which are the taco, which are the tortillas. Once you have that,
you can basically put anything
that you want. Anything that you want. Yeah, depending on what your preference is. Yes.
And for example, because I usually see the base, the taco itself, I usually see some with different colors. There are others that are dark. There are others,
Now,
what usually happens
with this tacos? Now the thing is, we have different kinds of corn. There's yellow, there's the regular white we're used to, there's red, there's purple. So when you see different types of, if you see colored tacos, these people have used those colored corns. So they've done the same process, but they've used like the black corn. They've made it go through the nixtamalization process, and then they grind it and they make their own masa. Same process, just the type of corn that they're using is different. To get now that different color.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. And so, so after you remove that, what do we have next?
So now we make our filling. Yes. Just remove that. Just keep this here.
There.
Yes.
Right. So I know that some olive oil has to go in.
Yeah. Then we're gonna cook our onions, some herbs inside. So this just adds to the flavor.
Is there usually a way, for example, let us say you've put in the oil, and then you wait for the oil to
get hot.
And then you put it, does that do something to the taste? Or
not really. It just fastens the cooking process. Because the only difference is I've added the onions when the temperature is coming to a high. So once you add your onions, once the temperature is hot, it cooks the onions faster. Yeah.
Because I usually just wait for that.
That's kind of smoke. Like a smoke. Then you add your onion, and then you add that
sizzling sound. Usually does something.
It brings out the flavor of the onions really quick. Also you can get your onions browned faster. At the same time. So yeah, this is our fajita paste. It's just a mixture of spices.
So it goes in place of, not even in place, like it goes in.
It's part of the seasoning that we have. Yeah. So I'm just gonna once my onions are like sweat down, I'm just gonna add the fajita paste, and then I'm gonna add the lamb, and then that's pretty much it. Check the seasoning, add some salt if necessary, and we're pretty much good to go.
Okay. So let us say someone doesn't have, of course, the special sauce, but they're just using regular tomato, regular onion, and their own spices. That's still fine.
That's still okay.
Do they require like a sauce that will?
To make it, if you want to make it more authentic, the best thing you can do is like just Google is your friend. Check out how the Mexicans actually do certain dishes. Then you can derive the sauces that are actually used for certain dishes.
Okay.
And then see which ingredients you can easily avail or you can source for. And you can mimic the dish that they actually make for themselves. Yeah.
Okay. So that is like the
lamb.
The lamb.
Yeah.
It's been
braised.
Okay.
So I'm just breaking it down so that you can easily mix it.
Smells really good. So do you will you add something like water, because some people would want some curd?
Yeah, you can add water, you can add stock, just to give it more moisture. Yeah. If that's how you prefer it.
But if you don't want to, you can just leave it
you
like
can just
that.
do like a how we normally call it, like a quick dry fry. So I'm just gonna check the flavor of this. Just need some salt. And the interesting thing about salt is it's a very simple ingredient, but without it, your flavors for the food don't really come out.
Exactly.
You can use all the spices in the world,
but if the salt is not there,
it's
gonna be because and also if you put a lot also,
then it's also another problem. So this is
so that is
done.
Okay.
Now we just go to finishing this dish off. So this is basically how we serve our food. Yeah. So the reason why I put the tacos.
I wanted to ask. Okay. Because if you leave them out,
they dry.
They dry.
And you also need to be able to fold them. So if you do that, it just breaks.
Okay.
Then you don't have, your base to hold your taco with. Yeah.
Okay.
So there we go.
So because if you had left them out,
now making this,
it will break.
Yeah, and also making this will have been difficult. Yeah. So yeah, here we go.
So and then with the guacamole, you used tomato, you used onion, and dhania.
And then season it with some salt, and some lime. So the idea for having lime is to prevent the avocado from oxidizing, or basically turning black.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now that you've mentioned it, for example, when you've cut an avocado and you want to eat half of it, the other half, what if you just sprinkle some lime on top?
You can do that, or you can sprinkle some salt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it will keep it.
It will just keep it from the air reacting from.
Because sometimes, of course, it turns black. So.
Yes, sometimes it turns black. So it doesn't. This kind of delays the process. So it doesn't mean you can stay with it for so long, unless like you're freezing it maybe. So that's now another different scenario. But if you're keeping it somewhere like in your fridge or something, you can consume it as soon as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what are you adding on top of that?
So these are pomegranate seeds.
I've actually never seen the seeds.
Yeah, so
They look really nice.
basically you just crack open the whole thing, and then the easiest way is like use a spoon, like turn it on the shell and tap it. Then the seeds usually come out, but now you have to sort out the skin pith and all that. Yeah, so
that is where now the yogurt and cumin are coming in.
Yeah.
Can you use mustard in place of that if maybe you didn't want?
Your preference, yes.
Yeah.
For preferences purposes, you can.
Okay.
So this, I'm just gonna break a few leaves.
What are those leaves?
Mint leaves.
Oh, mint leaves.
Yeah. And then this is also gonna be.
And what if you want to saute the mint leaves, or they'll not turn out the way?
They won't turn out well. I wouldn't advise that for you to saute your mints. Otherwise the flavor disappears.
Okay.
Yeah. That's basically it. Then we serve our...
And the guacamole?
Just serve the guac on the side.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not putting it on top?
No. This is usually on the side. Just do that on the side, and also like a slice of lime.
Personally, I would have just poured the
guacamole
on top, you know.
Yeah, once you have your guacamole served to you,
yeah, you can do anything you want with it. Yeah.
So this is just for preferences purposes. Like people who love it. That's pretty much it.
Ah, the presentation. Okay. I remember you saying about the presentation is everything.
Presentation is very key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that looks really nice. So that is tacos.
This is the barbacoa taco.
Barbacoa tacos.
Yeah.
Looks really nice. Okay. So we're going to be tasting this and to see how it tastes, and yeah, I think we're going to be tasting it with you.
Yes.
So do we hold it by our hands?
Yeah,
or?
this is something you just hold by you just grab like, you just grab it like this.
Okay.
Just like that.
Okay.
I see the essence of having a proper taco. Otherwise, if you break something, everything just falls down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me put this just closer because... All right.
So yeah.
It's good. Right. Really nice. The how can I call it? The barbacoa. The special sauce.
Fajita.
Yeah.
Really kicks in properly.
And the seeds, the pomegranate seeds, have a citrusy
kind of
taste. Yeah, it's really nice. Really, really nice.
So if you want more citrus to it or more acid, just add it.
Okay.
Just squeeze your lime on top.
So I know right now my cameraman is just looking and saying, okay, are you going to finish everything there? No, we have some left. Yeah. Macau is the cameraman, and I know he wants to taste this. So, Macau, yours is here. Now, this is really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let us look at the importance of something like this. Like, when can you have it? Is it advisable to just have it as a meal by itself?
It is. It's more like a wholesome kind of meal. Also good for people who are intolerant to gluten.
Okay.
Because there's no gluten. It's
oh, there's no gluten.
Yeah, because of the dough itself. It's something you can have at lunch.
Okay.
Protein packed, has the avocado, good fat oils in the body. The cumin, yogurt also contributes to your gut health. And yeah, the Pomegranate is also good for anti-inflammatory kind of situations, aids in that. So it's a very, once you have like 3 pieces of this, you can easily have this for lunch.
Okay. All right.
Like a light dinner.
Nice. So when someone comes to Street Kitchen and they are like, okay, this is what I'm going to have, this is the presentation that will come.
Yes.
The way it was here.
Yes.
Okay. And you can have this with something else as well.
Yes, you can order for a taco. Then if you feel like having something else, you can order from any other concept. Either butter exchange or the buttered buns or fine dough or spilled milk, have a smoothie or a tea or just something, another dish.
Okay. And Ron, I believe, of course, we are in the digital world. So you have social media platforms that you want people to follow you and get also for Street Kitchen, Nairobi Street Kitchen, for people to get the ingredients and how to make this.
So for Nairobi Street Kitchen is Nairobi Street Kitchen. You can easily find them on Instagram. For me, it's Ron_Craze, or just search Ron Kamau.
Ron Kamau.
Yeah.
Okay. On Instagram and every other platform.
And every other platform.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So do you also showcase some of this on your personal page?
Yes, some items I do. Also, I do there's also my other works.
Okay.
On my page.
All right.
Yes.
All right. This is really good. We're going now to be finishing the tacos. I added the guacamole on top, of course, as I had said. And we're going to be finishing this, and we'll be delving into this even after the show. So this is Farm Kenya. My name is Kelvin Nyakundi and Chef Ron. Remember to join us next time, same place right here on KTN. And as we enjoy our tacos.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Kuwa mkono ambao unalima ardhi, mlango wa kulima, kuwa mshindi, kuwa na uhakika sasa, kukulea mustakabali wa baadaye. Tufanye kazi pamoja na tukue pamoja, kuimarisha Kenya ni jukumu.